let's talk about the Python. Many
Okay.
people, many people, messaging me like, Python, is this necessary for, for new artists for now? I mean, or it's just, good to have when they are joining
Hmm.
in a company like that. So what's your thought on it? I mean, in the future, in the upcoming future?
It's definitely not necessary.
Yeah.
Um, Being a good compositor is not knowing Python. Knowing Python helps you to
Yeah,
become
yeah, yeah.
even better compositor,
Correct, correct.
or it helps you automate things. So
Yeah.
maybe you can become faster. I would like to say that like, imagine you're a carpenter
Mm,
and you're using these tools
mm,
and you have to make the tools work to make the whatever you're trying to do. But now you have your own specific artwork that you do with carpentry, and now you need to make your own tool to do the specific thing that's for
got
your
it,
carpentry.
got it.
So do you need to go learn metallurgy? Maybe not, but maybe if you have a skill that you can make your own custom tool to do
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you want to do, then you become a better carpenter or at
Got it.
least a more
Yeah,
unique
yeah,
carpenter.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think it's a little bit similar of like, of
Mm,
course you can use other people's tools to do what you want and you can get really good at that.
yeah,
I think at some point you maybe want to make your own tools because it's custom to you and how you want to work and how you want to do things. And if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're passionate about, then you need to know Python to help you
yeah,
to do
yeah,
those things.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but if you're okay with just using, um, pipelines from studios or maybe even just asking a friend, "Could you help me make this tool?"
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's totally fine. I don't think you need to know. I think
yeah.
it's good to
Yeah,
know for certain things.
yeah. Why I ask this question, because a lot of people are asking me about, is it Python necessary to, get a job in this company like that? So that's why I'm asking you. And a lot of people are also interested to learn Python, So they also
Yeah.
mentioning me that Adrian course, the Python course he have,
Yeah.
Python
Yeah,
course
yeah,
for
it's
for
great.
artists. It's amazing. I mean, I got people are telling me like it's amazing course. One of my friend he bought his course and he learned Python and he making his own tool. Amazing course. And I also made a tutorial on it on my channel also. He made two tools. Like one tool is like for CG. It's combining all the light paths and he making a tree and you have on all the controls in the outside. So
That's great.
it's amazing. I mean, some people are telling me that the
Yeah,
course is very nice.
it opens your abilities to, like I said, do your own custom things,
Yeah.
and I think at some point of your career, if you're doing it long enough,
Mm,
it's great to use other people's stuff, but there's always that one thing. You're like, "Ah, I like this tool, but it could be better," or "I like this tool, but it's not doing exactly what I want to," or
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
it
yeah,
breaks here, or
yeah,
and then to have the ability to make your own, for what you need, like I made the black smatch tool, and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
based off of another tool. I think there was another very similar,
Oh,
but it didn't have the input,
oh, yeah, the
color
black,
input.
dark color input. Yeah, got
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
the black color
yeah.
where that was where I was using sort of like high pots and plus and
Mm-hmm.
like there was a tool, it didn't exist, and so I had to go make it so that I could do the workflow that I wanted to do. So, I mean, that's gonna happen at some point of your career where it's like you want to do something, but you don't find what you need, and then it's useful to have it. But certainly, I've met plenty of expert compositors who don't know how to code at all, and it's fine. Like
Yeah,
that's
I am
they're
one of
still
them
better
also.
than me.
Yeah,
So
I'm one of them also. I don't know much about Python thing, but I can make us, tools in Nuke like some TCL expression like that. But
yeah,
Python is little far away from me. I'm thinking to learn. Let's see. In maybe in some time I will, try to learn
I
some
I
basic
think
Python thing.
something that you have to understand with Python or any
Hmm.
coding or something is you're not gonna complete a course and then suddenly you know everything.
Yeah, got it.
It's more like maybe learning a language or something
Yeah, yeah.
where
Hmm.
basically you have to do it over and over and you're getting better and better, but it doesn't feel like it. And at some point you're talking, and words are coming out and people understand you when you're learning a new language, but you
Yeah,
still feel stupid and you still feel like you can't talk so I think Python is very similar. Like I think I'm pretty shitty at Python, but I can do a lot of things at the same time and I can read a lot of code and I can change a lot of code. So at some point in the time I got a little comfortable with it, but you never know when that moment is. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just do it over and over again, and at some point. But so my point is, you should start to do it, and you should go along, because eventually, as you're doing it, you'll just suddenly become like good enough. I guess
yeah,
if you
yeah,
want to say it like that. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's never like a course you're gonna take the course and then you're gonna be, oh, now you're
No,
an
no, no.
expert.
I know.
So
That
it's
not
never
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen.
I know that. No. But it helped, the why I'm saying for the Adrian course, I got a lot of people are telling me like they're also messaging me like they're telling like, if this course is good for me, is it valuable like that. So recently have that discount is going on, right? New
Yeah,
Year discount. So I messaged him about that also, because one of my friend want to buy that course, and he buy it, and I was asking him about like how's your experience, how that course is going on. He said it's really good. He's he explaining from the basics and everything, so he loving it basically.
that's
So
great.
he's learning from that
Yeah.
course now.
Well, Adrian is a very good teacher as well,
Yeah, 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 yeah. He tell that.
he has a very good way to break things down that are very
Mm.
complicated in very easy ways. So, yeah, I mean, I learned a lot of Python from him sitting next to me, and he was teaching me, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah, I
why is it
got it.
breaking? Why is it breaking? Oh, you have to do
Hmm.
this, you have to do that." And I was like, "Shit, okay." So I had his Python course before he came out
Oh,
with Python.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The first guinea pig of the
yeah,
Python
yeah.
course.
Amazing. I mean, I think you also have a same mic that I have, right? Which mic you have?
Oh, the Blue Yeti? Yeah, I
Yeah,
have the
I also have the same mic,
Blue
the
Yeti
Blue
mic.
Yeti.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good mic.
I bought this with my YouTube money when I got yeah, I bought from that time in
Yeah, yeah.
2016. Yeah, that time.
I
So
have
it's very old.
so funny. My audio was terrible when I was first starting to put
I
videos
know,
online, and it's
I
kind of
know,
a
I know.
joke
Yeah,
now. I
it's
think it's
good.
quite
No,
funny
it's
because there's
not that
comments.
bad. It's good. It's not that
There's
bad.
comments that say like, "This sounds like it was recorded on a cell phone," and it's because I recorded it on my cell phone. I would turn on my like Apple like voice
Yeah.
record and put it on my
Oh
desk
my
and then
God,
do it and then just sync the video. So
real
I
struggle. Yeah,
so yeah, you don't need a great mic, but
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
wanted to, if I was
yeah,
gonna do more videos, I wanted my
yeah,
voice
yeah,
to
yeah,
sound
yeah. I want to know about your channel. Your channel is very like very old. You start. I saw that you started at 2012, right? Your channel.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
2012
saying
sounds
like
right. Yeah.
2012. So
I was doing a After Effects to Nuke tutorials
in
in the beginning.
oh, okay. I didn't see
I
that
thought,
tutorial. I think.
yeah, they're very old. I don't know if they're still there yet, but I
Oh,
was doing things like, oh, maybe I go to Video Copilot and I
oh yeah,
look at the tutorial and I see if I can do the same thing in Nuke, because he had all the free files
yeah, yeah,
that you could download. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll do like how you do this in Nuke instead of in After Effects.
yeah.
And I did that for like the first
Yes.
5 videos, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just start doing my own stuff now."
The video copilot is like the main motivation for all the After Effects user. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like he's doing amazing stuff with the After Effects. So
Yeah, I mean, he's
he's
a legend. He's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Oh my. Back in the time I was, when I was search after tutorial, his tutorials come, and when I saw, my mind just blow away. I mean, the amount of stuff he putting in the tutorial and the output, all this comping thing, After Effects, it's crazy. For
Yeah.
everyone, like if you like, for everyone, it's like he's a legend. I don't
He
know
is
where he's,
definitely
yeah, yeah. I don't know
and
where
he gets
he's,
you very excited. The way his
yeah,
videos
yeah,
are set up, like, it's very
yeah, yeah.
exciting,
You
it's
get
fun,
motivated,
and
to do the same task, to replicate the same what he did.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and, it must've been fun, and he did a lot of things very uniquely, like, he filmed his own elements, and he did
Yes,
e
exactly,
everything,
exactly.
and, he wasn't like a film studio or something. He was
Yeah.
just a guy with green screen and
Yes,
friends.
yes, yes.
And I think that's a sign that maybe
Mm.
you don't need super high quality
Yeah,
production,
yeah,
but you can
yeah,
still make good
yeah,
tutorials and you can still
yeah.
make good things. You have good ideas.
On his YouTube, like he have tutorials, but when he started, he posting a tutorial on his website. So
Yeah.
yeah, if
Yeah,
you go to
correct.
his website, you see very, very, very old tutorials. Like
Yeah.
you said, the bad audio. You also have a bad audio in his tutorials also. I saw
Yeah, the
those
mics were
tutorials
pretty
also. Yeah,
expensive back then.
yeah, 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 yeah. At that time also, like his tutorial is still worth it.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
goes for you
definitely.
also. Same goes for you also. Like your
Oh,
tutorial is
thank you.
still worth it to watch. If someone is going to start in comp for a nuke, you want to learn nuke, your tutorial is highly recommended to anyone, and everyone still watching. I'm sure if you saw your analytics on YouTube now, you will see all your the advanced keying that series you have. Everyone is
Yeah.
watching. Still, they are watching it.
Yeah, I still see some
Yeah,
numbers going up
yeah,
there, which is really cool, and, you know, that it's good and bad, I think. I almost wish I don't know. I think, I put out what I knew.
yeah.
Like,
That
at the
time,
time,
yeah, that
what I
time,
knew at the time, I put that out, and I was
yeah,
very young, actually. I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
23 years old
Oh my God.
when I was doing that. So, when people are listening to that, they're listening to, like, a 23-year-old junior mid
Oh my
thumper,
God.
which is kinda crazy.
Yeah,
But that's what I knew at the time, that's what the stuff that I learned, and, on one hand, it's great that people love it. On the other hand, it's kind of sad to me that, like, nobody else has made, like, is not the next standard because, like, maybe that means I don't learn anything.
yeah,
But, no, it's cool. I'm glad it helps so many people, and I see a
yeah, yeah.
lot
It does. It
people
does.
show me,
Yeah.
pictures from
Yeah.
online,
As I said now,
uh
when I was learning Nugna, I was learning from your tutorial, especially. Thank you so much putting those tutorials because it's helped a lot.
welcome.
As a viewer perspective, I'm telling you, I mean, it's valuable information that you are sharing on your on your channel. Every video that you put in is remarkable. I mean, it's very valuable for those people who are starting a new and they don't know anything. They want to learn the keying technique, the CG, that CG series you have, right? Very
Yeah.
outstanding. I mean, amazing,
Yeah,
amazing stuff.
that was a tough one. That was the
Yeah.
one that
Oh my
was
God, you put
bigger
it.
than I
Yeah, it's.
thought.
I can clearly see. I mean, you put it so much effort to make those videos.
A lot of time.
Yeah,
I'm
it's.
not even done yet. I still have
Yeah, I know,
more
I
to
know,
do,
I know, I
but,
know, I know.
it takes a long time, and sometimes I get demotivated, and I have other things going on in my life,
Yeah,
so,
people
um,
in my server also they are downloading their your files also and they are practicing and they're asking
that's
questions.
good. That's
Those
cool.
yeah that render you shared about that fruit basket for that
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, the fruit
the
bowl basket, yeah.
yeah the people are downloading
Yeah.
they're doing a practice the
Yeah,
series that
it's
you
nothing
started, no?
sexy. It's nothing like that you can
Yeah.
show in, a demo reel, which actually is probably very good because I
Hmm.
don't think you should it's just you're learning for yourself, but
Yes,
you're
yes,
applying the
yeah,
knowledge,
yeah. It's just for
and
learning. It's very
maybe
good.
it's even better. Yeah, that
Hmm.
you have to apply the knowledge to something else and
Yeah, correct,
see if you
correct.
can relate
Yeah,
the knowledge.
yeah, yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
really like a gold, like for everyone. Like still, it's very valuable. I mean, I really appreciate your effort to putting all those tutorials.
well,
I, you know,
you're also putting videos, like, every week or every
yeah,
other
yeah,
week, and,
yeah, yeah,
I'm surprised how you can do it because I get so tired of doing it.
yeah.
I can do one and then I have to rest, like, a couple months and do another one. So I'm surprised that you're able to do it, as often as you do.
When I came back to my home, then I start posting tutorials. Like in YouTube, if you are consistent, then it's a very good way to to grow in YouTube. So then I thought, let's make one video per week. I can't make 2 3 videos per day because I have a full time job. So that's not possible. If I
Yeah.
do that, if I did that, then uh,
You have to quit.
I'm not able to focus on the work. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is the main thing. I
Yeah,
want to focus on the work first.
I tried to I think when I started my YouTube channel, I had this kind of same idea where I was trying
Yeah.
to do, "Oh, let me just do, like, After Effects to Nuke tutorials, like, and I'll do
Yeah.
one every month or something." I think I just kinda gave up on that idea, and I only try to choose topics that I'm, number 1, excited about, passionate about, and number 2, I don't find it anywhere else. So
Correct.
that's I tend to fill the gaps that I see because if somebody already did it, then I'm kinda like, "Ah, whatever, they can go look up that one." But then if I don't see the knowledge or maybe I disagree with, how it's currently done and I see that it could be done better, then I try to make my version of it. And, yeah, that's what I try to do. And so I'm very inconsistent and I don't
I
put a
know.
lot of
I
videos
know. I
and,
know. Yeah.
but every video that I make, I think is unique,
Yes. Correct.
to
Correct.
the
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
do it or
Yeah.
something.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. You're not very consistent, but when you put something on your channel, it's totally amazing. It's totally worth watching it. Just like you recently posted that, the stamp, how to use the
Oh,
stamp
yeah.
in my
Well,
script. Yeah.
thank you very much
That's totally
for
amazing. I
that.
mean, that's totally amazing to see the use case of stamp. I was using stamp, in 2020 and 20 when I was doing the freelance. I found that
Yeah.
Adrian tutorial on Vimeo. I don't know how I
Yes.
accidentally found it that stamp. Then I
Yeah.
thought it's paid maybe. So, but when I saw it's free, that's version 1, I guess, that time when he released.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was using it, but not the way that you show. Okay, you're showing.
Yeah.
I mean, very very nice way to organize. I mean, it's very mind blowing. So
Yeah, I have to do a big thank you for you to responding so quickly because I wanted to make something kind of
yeah,
fast.
yeah, I got it. Yeah,
And I took a kind of a big risk because I didn't look at your script before I started. And I know your script's not messy or anything
yeah,
like that, but it's
I
always
know.
nervous if you turn a camera on and it's kind of like, let me just do it live and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try it. But I wanted to show first of all, that's kind of what I do at work. I'm a lead, so I have to look up messy scripts and I have to
Correct,
like
correct.
fix
Yeah,
them, a broken or something.
yeah,
Again, not that it's any messy, but um, I have to do this all day long.
yeah,
So basically, I wanted to show that with the not like the workflow of stamps, that it doesn't matter the script. It doesn't matter if I saw it before. I don't need to pre-prepare anything. I can just go and make any script, stamp script,
yeah.
and I wanted to show that in the video. And I think it was successful, and I think many people see that level of like trust in the workflow, and that it's okay. You just go step by step, and like boom, 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 and
Hmm.
it's beneficial. So thank you very much for responding so quickly
Thank you
and
to you
sharing.
to making that amazing video. I mean, when I saw na you sent me the link, right, when before publishing. So
Yeah.
I watched the entire video. I didn't skip anything. I watched the entire video, and I was amazed by the the explanation that you did on the scan. You
Yeah.
clean up the script. That's totally amazing. That
Thank you
habit,
very
that
much.
that piping thing, na, because I
Makes
don't like,
sense.
yeah, and I don't like that postage stamp that we have in the nuke, the by default postage stamp.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
I
know. I
mean,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't like
it's
that.
not
Yeah,
useful, but
yeah, I don't
yeah.
like that. So whenever I see the hidden input, I hate hidden input. People in the script, they make a hidden input, and only we can see the dot. Once you select, then you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see. But the stamp is totally. I mean, it's a similar thing, but it's not the same thing. To hide the input, but still we have that the black thing, so we can see it's coming from there.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the hidden input, it's very hard to see.
it's a system of working. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
correct.
mean, the system works if you download the script. But like the whole point is that you can't disconnect it. It
Yeah, yeah.
reconnects all the
Yes,
time.
yes,
So
yes.
it's like a clone of the source.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course why do I think when people say I hate hidden inputs, you have to ask the question. You can't just say I hate hidden inputs. You have to, why do you hate hidden inputs? I hate hidden inputs because I don't know where it came from.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
we solve that problem. Okay.
yeah, correct.
It doesn't have a label. Okay, we
Yeah,
solve that
correct,
problem.
correct.
So if you go down the list of reasons why people hate hidden inputs,
Yeah.
um, we tried to solve a lot of those problems. And basically all they have left when people say they don't like hidden inputs is it makes the script messy if you select it. And
Hmm.
is true.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's more of a limitation of nuke kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. But
But
we
it's also just a
yeah,
workflow thing. It's a
yeah. We
workflow.
don't have to select that whole script. There is no point of selecting the whole script.
Yeah,
The
just
main
ignore
idea,
that.
the main point I really like about the stamp is like, as you explain in your video, you can make a bin and you can make all the asset in a one place, and you can reference them in the entire script. So we don't
Yeah.
have to duplicate. It's all sitting in a one place. All the
Yeah.
asset, cameras, and everything.
That's a really important
Yeah.
workflow for when you need to replace your CG renders and
Correct.
you're working
Correct.
with the team and you're not having to go look for places where you use those renders. Of
That's
course, in a very small script with like four
yeah.
things,
Yeah. That's
four read
fine.
nodes,
Yeah. Hmm.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as soon as you have, like, I've worked on very, very big shots with hundreds of
Correct.
renders.
Yeah.
Like if you include the deep pass, so you have 50 renders and 50 deep pass. It's like
Correct. Correct.
so many.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just can't replace, like, if you're hunting and looking for those and you skip one and you
Mm.
forgot to replace this version 2 to version 3, now your whole script is completely screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a pain.
so
And I.
other companies,
Hmm.
just to finish, other companies
Hmm.
solve that problem because it's a big problem in every company.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't use stamps, but they develop with the research and development team and their pipeline team. They
Hmm.
develop like, a way to clone every read node so that you change one
But
and it
yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things that companies do.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm,
a
hmm.
version of solving that problem. If you don't like the way, you like another way, that's perfectly fine. But the other ways are not free and they're not online and they're not free.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Correct. Correct. correct.
Unless it becomes free tomorrow to have an like a automatic clone read node system asset bin, then stamps is pretty good if you can get
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's amazing. I mean, it's pretty good. As you said now, when it's come to replacing like new version is coming for the CG, then we have to go to each and every thing step in the graph and you have to replace it every read node. So
It's
that's the
very
pain
time
I
consuming.
feel. Yeah, I, I know that
Yeah.
pain. So
And not only that, but if you because we made the modules of
yeah,
the
yeah.
different sections of the script, and that is an amazing way
Yes, yes.
for you were working on the same kind of shot, and you do something really cool, they like it, and they
Mm.
say, can you pass that to Tony? And then you copy that section of the script and you send it to me, and now I can I can just go here, replace it, I can plug it in, and since our stamps are named the same, it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
reconnect stuff in my
Mm-hmm.
script, and now it's working. And I think it becomes a big problem, or that's what I remember from other companies is when you paste these sections that you need to use now, then you need to reconnect and was this where did this go? What was this plugged into? And you're kind of having to
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
that out because everything is
Correct.
connected, and it's annoying. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah, yeah. I mean, stamp is solving, many problems, Yeah,
It's good to have a starting point because the workflow is ultimately going to be the same
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
slightly different.
yeah.
But I think that's another reason for that video is that it's one thing to make a tool and you put the tool out, but if you don't also teach people how to use the tool, and I'm very bad at this. I make a lot of tools and I don't even say how to use them. Uh, but if you explain, okay, this is how you work with this, then
Mm.
it's even better because
Yeah,
then
yeah,
people
yeah.
are now working with the tool the way that
Mm.
it's designed for.
Yeah,
So I think that video was very necessary. Like it was
yeah, yeah,
needed. I
yeah.
think that one and the one that we released from Trickster.
Yeah,
I think they're
trickster one.
both very
Yeah, yeah,
complementing each other.
yeah.
So I think it was we probably should have done it earlier when stamps first came out, but
Yes, correct.
we just
Mm.
sort of we don't want to tell anybody how to work or what to do, so we didn't do it. But
Yeah, yeah,
then we realized there's kind of this gap of knowledge, and so okay, we'll show people how
yeah.
we work with it. And
When I download the stamp, there was only Adrian video on the Vimeo. He is explaining how to use the. I watched the entire video. Then I understand. Oh, this is how it's working. It's like you have to create a stamp. Then you can reference in anywhere in the script.
yeah,
That I understand, and I'm only referencing it. The thing you are showing in the video, I'm not doing that. I'm not modulating anything like that. I'm just referencing in the script with the very messy way, and I'm just
yeah.
using it.
Yeah, it's just like a manual, like how to use literally like what buttons to click versus
Mm.
how you're using it in a workflow
Yeah,
mentality sense, I guess. Like so
yeah, yeah.
that
Correct,
was the
correct.
important missing ingredient maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
When you sent me your script for the deep video,
Yeah.
it's so interesting because you're using a lot of the tools from the Nuke Survival
Yes,
Toolkit,
yes, yes.
and a lot of those tools are my tools.
Yes.
Or just tools that I'm super used to using instead of like a glow node. It's like another one that I know, and I have to say it is so interesting. Like that, this is how we work at Trickster because of this, and that when I open your script, for example, or other people's script I see, it feels so familiar, and it always for me is a weird feeling because, it's not something that I'm used to feeling like, but it's almost as if you've worked at Trickster
Yeah.
before,
Uh, I-
because I'm used to seeing this
yeah,
type of
yeah.
script with all these nodes, and I'm like, "Oh, this is so weird, like, to see
I will
this."
tell you why it's looking similar because that time I got that habit, to using your tools and Adrian tool. That's why the script is looking. I mean, the tools you saw in my script, it's very similar.
That's
So
cool.
it's very, it's very good to have those tools because your Nuke Server toolkit is, I mean, it did amazing. I mean, you collect all those tools and make a one tool set and one tool. What we are making a one package and it's very amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
there are many
that was
things.
what I was doing during COVID.
Oh my God,
So,
you did this in COVID?
we all had free time, and, that was what I chose to do with my free time,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was like, "I might as well
that's
just
really
do
good.
this."
That's really good. I mean, I want to ask you that what's motivate you and inspire you to become a comp artist? Like, what's inspire you to to jump into this industry and start making your career
Yeah.
in it?
I mean, I had a pretty similar journey to you, I guess, where I kind of was making videos and editing for a bit, and then you learn Photoshop, and then you learn After Effects, and then you
Yeah, yeah.
find Video Copilot, and then
Yes.
all the things that you mentioned. I I think like I used to draw like comic books when I was a kid. I used to draw
Oh.
a lot. And then as soon as I realized I could like, oh, I can draw in like Microsoft Paint, I
Oh my
started
God.
doing this.
Yeah.
I started doing animations, like stop motion animations in Microsoft
Oh,
Paint.
nice.
And then I was like, "Oh, I can do stop motion with a camera," and
Hmm.
I tried to do
Yeah.
this, and then I realized, "Oh, I can buy a camcorder, and I can record, and then I can take every frame and put it in Photoshop and, like, make a lightsaber or something." So
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and then, of course, you find After Effects, like, "Oh, this is the program that you can take every
Yes.
frame and do that."
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think there was just something very special to me that I was able to kind of make, um movie magic, I guess, if you wanna say, and that nobody knew how I was doing it. I think that was a special part for me, that I felt like I had, discovered a skill that nobody knew. Like, nobody at my school could tell me, like, how I was doing it, and you feel
Hmm.
like a magician 'cause, it was very hard to find the information, and a lot of it you have to discover yourself and
Yeah,
figure
yeah, yeah,
out.
yeah.
Um, and so maybe nowadays it's like common knowledge how to make a lightsaber, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
back then it
Yeah,
was not common,
yeah,
and,
it's very
I
hard.
had to
Yeah,
go on internet and find all these things.
yeah. Very
So,
limited
I
resource at that time, right?
very limited, and
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was crazy how, like, there was no YouTube really at that time.
I know,
Like, I'm
yeah.
talking 2004
Hmm.
or 5,
Oh my God.
and, like, if there was a YouTube, you're definitely not gonna search for how to do this and people are making tutorials. So, yeah, you have to go on people's individual websites like Video Copilot or
Yeah,
other
yeah,
websites.
correct. Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I there was just something when I would make the video and I would show people, and I just was in love with this fact that I'm doing this manipulation, and it felt really powerful and really fun. And it's like, oh, you can do whatever you want, and you can trick people and
Yeah,
make these cool
yeah,
videos that
yes,
are
yeah.
inspiring emotions, and people when your friends all go like, "Whoa,
Yeah,
how did you
correct.
do that? Whoa!"
Exactly, exactly.
And I
Yeah,
love that, and
yeah,
I decided, I'm just gonna do this the rest of my life, and I went to university
yeah,
for VFX.
yeah.
I wanted to do compositing, so I either was gonna go to film school
Hmm.
with compositing, like, with VFX at the end,
Yeah,
or just go for computer animation, and so by that, I mean you have to learn all the 3D, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you at the very end, you get the compositing.
Oh,
So I
okay.
chose to do that, and I went to a 2-year school in Florida where I had to do it was 24 months, maybe 20 months was learning CG,
Oh my
and
God.
4 months was like 1 month was learning comp, and 3 months, like, for your final project, something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
So so, like, all that time just for the very end, to learn compositing, but in the end, it was worth it because I think a lot of the knowledge you learn from 3D is helpful. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's, I just always wanted to do it since then. I was very lucky to not there's a lot of people that go to school, they don't know it they know they want to do something in VFX, but they don't know
Yes.
what, and for
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
like, die hard I was like, "There's nothing better than compositing,"
Oh my
and
God.
people were even at the school, they were like, "What is compositing? What is?" Because it's
Uh,
not for 12 more months that they're gonna learn, and I was like, "No, no, no, when you come to compositing, then you'll know what I love about it so much," and of course, everyone's trying to switch at the very end of compositing, and I was there like, "No, I've been wanting to love compositing the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time."
So
No, but
you
just
have
great.
a
Just
in the beginning you want to become a compositor, right?
absolute like, a hun
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to become a compositor before I knew what the word compositing was. I
Oh
was
my
like
God.
I had to look up the
Hmm.
term. I had to look up,
Hmm,
like,
hmm,
what
hmm,
it was
hmm.
professionally called because I was just thinking it's called After Effects Person or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, so, like, I didn't even know the name of it.
Hmm.
And so but I knew what it was. It was, like, taking images and adjusting them and putting them together again, and yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
basically that's what it is. So, yeah, and, it was very hard, It's very
I
hard
know.
to
Yeah.
move to LA and apply to companies when you don't know anything, and I
Yeah.
was living with my friends in a big house too. I think at some point there was, like, 7 people living in a 3-bedroom apartment 'cause save
Mhm.
money. We did the whole, like, internship thing and everything. It was a lot of fun looking back. It was very hard, lots of sleepless nights, but, yeah, you look back at tough times and, like,
Yeah, I
struggles
know.
with
Yeah. Same,
kind
same.
of
Yeah.
this nice moments where you're like
Mm-hmm.
it feels good looking back, even though it was not good at the time, it was very hard,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
know the
yeah.
future, and everything feels very uncertain and you're not sure if you're gonna make it the next 6 months, but, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of
Yeah,
you
that's the
almost
journey,
earn
right?
your
Yeah.
you earn it, yeah, you exactly, it's part of the journey,
Yeah.
and maybe that's something for people struggling at the moment, you know,
Yeah.
'cause it's not good when you're in it, but maybe if you can get out of it and you look back on it, maybe you'll look back, "Oh, I remember when I was struggling," maybe it was fond memories, when you look back, hopefully.
Hmm. That's really, inspiring. Yeah, your journey.
Yeah, it's been a long one. It's kind of interesting. Eh, I never thought I was gonna live in so many places and do these things, but I had it,
Hmm.
you know, when I would meet people that would lived in Australia and lived in, Vancouver, I was always so eager to hear the stories because 'cause I'm from a very small town in America, and
Mm-hmm.
the thought of living outside of America was very, like, not it wasn't gonna happen for me. So, yeah, I've been very, I guess, blessed with, like, the journey that I've been on and that I'm
Yeah.
still able to live in Germany and everything, and it's very cool, but journey's not over, I'm sure,
Yeah,
so
it's not over. Yeah, correct. Very, very similar to for me also. I'm also coming from a very, very small town, and I was never think like I will be in ILM, right? So, like,
No, either.
yeah, now I'm
But
here. So,
your journey is just starting. I think you'll have a very bright future, and you'll be able to, I think, move abroad if that's what you want to do. And
yeah,
who knows? You know,
yeah.
maybe
Who
you'll
knows?
live
Who
in
knows?
7
Yeah,
countries too.
yeah. Let's see
Yeah.
what will happen.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what's your what are you where are you hoping to go? What are your accomplishments that you think is going to happen in your career
See,
or that you
if I tell you the truth now, I want to become a supervisor. That's what I'm thinking, to become a supervisor. And I'm also thinking like I will stay in ILM to become a supervisor. Uh,
Mhm.
that's the thing I'm planning.
What makes you want to become a supervisor? Because it's very different from being an artist, right? So,
Yeah.
do you just like to talk to people and manage the
Yeah,
project and stuff?
yeah. I like, managing project also, handling the entire team, uh, uh, basically I'm not clear, but I want to work with them. I want to handle the entire team, to contribute on a big projects like that. It's little blurry, but I'm sure as I become a senior and lead, I will be very clear about it.
That's good. That's a good goal. I think that's a great goal. So get excited when you see your name in the credits and your work on the
Mm,
screen and
Not now, but when I was in MPC, in the initial days, I was excited, but now it's not that much excited.
mm,
I get excited in few times, but not much. In
yeah.
MPC, my last project was the Mufasa Lion King. So I work on
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I did a stereo in that one. I did a creative. So I learned stereo first time, the
Mm,
proper real 3D stereo. It's
yeah.
amazing. It's amazing to
You
see
mean
the
with the CG renders, right?
yeah CG render in
Keeping it
stereo.
straight. Oh
Yeah,
man.
CG
You know,
render in stereo. Yeah,
we used to comp actual footage. The
yeah. I
When I
know.
was working at Luma, they were
Mm.
comping like the footage with 2 cameras.
Yeah.
That was such a nightmare.
Foundry also have a old tutorial about stereo thing. I don't know. Someone
Yeah,
posted on that avatar stereo thing tutorial. So I saw that how they're merging those two plate together with the Foundry tools. But here it's
right.
like a
It's
full CG. They have their own tool to merge to make the stereo thing. But it's
It's cool.
very interesting to do the stereo and that full CG one. And the
I think
work is
those are all, like, tools in your workflows or, like, it's good to know. It's good to
yeah
branch out and try this or try VR or try AI
yeah
or
yeah
try
yeah yeah.
all these things, and you bring it all together with you. Well, I look forward to seeing more videos in your channel. I really do think you have a really nice, channel with good
Mm,
information
mm.
always and
Thank
also
you.
good assets. You have a lot
Yeah
of it.
yeah
Like, I don't
yeah
know
yeah.
if your friends or whoever's making the assets for you or you're doing it yourself, but, it's great. I think that's,
The
great that you
thing
put
is
it
now,
out for free.
correct. The thing is now, while making tutorials, I found a gap, that the resources, the asset resources, the
Yeah,
if I provide so then the people can practice, right? There is nothing to
yeah,
practice, especially the
yeah.
deep, right?
Yes,
Especially the
that's
deep,
true. Yeah.
there is very less resources about deep. So then
Yeah.
I talked to my friend. He was in Mill. I was when I was in MPC. He was in Mill, so
Mhm.
we decided to make a short. So before that short that I sent you now, before I made one more
Yeah,
tutorial about that ocean one. I thought let's do. He knows Houdini because he's a FX artist, so he don't know about much rendering or those things. That's why the render quality is not the materials. All those is not that much good. But the whole point is to provide a free asset people so they can
yeah,
practice the deep. So they get
yeah.
to know the how deep is working, like the basic understanding the deep.
It's very smart, and it's something that we're missing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have not the right idea of what deep is, and they think it's very scary. I hear a lot of people, "Oh, I don't know how to deep composite." I
Mm,
mean, I understand if you never did it and you think it's
mm,
there's like a big kind of question mark,
mm.
but I don't think it's that difficult once you start using it. It's like
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
way
yeah.
to layer things, right? It's like
Mm.
which one goes in front. But I totally understand when there's not a lot of practice materials and you don't
Yeah,
work at companies that render deep. It's very
yeah,
scary
correct.
because you don't know
Yeah,
what's happening.
yeah. If they got like I said, so they can practice in the home and they can understand. If they have questions, they can ask. So when they join in any company that use deep, they will not get scared, right? Oh, what is this?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know about this thing. It's a new
I
for
mean, it's
me.
the same with CG. Same with
Yeah, yeah,
CG.
yeah.
Like,
Correct, correct.
you know,
Mm.
I think that's pretty hard though. Every CG is different and every project is different and every
Yeah, yeah.
so that
Because
one's that one's trickier.
every CG renderer is different, right? Every pass is different from like Honor is
Yeah.
outputting different thing. Redshift is
That was
different. Yeah.
one of the things that I really tried to focus on in
Mm.
the CG series that I was doing is, like,
Yeah, yeah,
trying to teach you what you're looking for and not exactly what the pass is called because they all
yeah.
call
Correct, correct. Got it.
different
Yeah,
stuff all
yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
So,
All the passes is the same, just the naming is different. Sometimes like
exactly,
that.
yeah.
Different
Yeah.
render engine have different naming.
They're not, like, new inventions and
Yeah,
new
yeah.
work.
Correct,
It's all
correct.
the same. They just
Same, same. It's the
want
same
to
thing.
use the custom names and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Correct. Exactly. Custom name, like because as I said, now in my past I use a lot of 3D. I use lot of 3D render. Like my
Hmm.
personal favorite is Redshift. I use Redshift a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's a good
so
one.
while doing 3D now, that time I understand the passes thing. What these passes are doing. Not like I directly jumping into a comp and understanding what is the passes. First, I understand in the 3D what is this pass is all about. I mean, where it's coming, how it's coming. It's like based on the light, based on the material,
Yeah.
all those things. So that makes me little comfortable. Oh yeah, I know what is this. This pass is this is a
Mm.
specular, this is diffuse, and what is the diffuse? How where it's coming this diffuse lighting all this. So
Yeah, it's good to
started
have that language,
yeah,
that, like, vocabulary that you can, talk to 3D guys and lighters and stuff
yeah, correct,
about
correct,
this.
correct,
Like,
yeah,
"Oh, I
yes,
need this. Can we make it a separate light group? Can we do this?" And
got it,
it's
yeah, yeah,
very they like when you're intelligent enough to, like,
mm,
request the right thing and you're not just like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
If you say like I need this specific pass, this indirect light for that specific light, so they will understand. Oh yeah, okay, I will give you that. Okay? So
Yeah, I think it's better for everybody on the whole team if
yeah,
you know.
all clear. Yeah, and you have that another channel, right, where you're posting a podcast, Nomad.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
the
That
VFX
is
Nomads
yeah, that
podcast.
that is your right. You created that channel, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing. It's amazing.
that's me and Adrian and Josh and
Yeah, yeah.
G,
Yes, yes. I saw that a recent one with that trickster.
with
Yeah,
Alexei.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah, with
amazing.
the head of comic,
Yeah,
Alexei,
yeah, yeah.
from the Trickster videos.
Yeah, trickster.
Did
Yeah.
you watched that one?
Not completely,
Yeah,
but I watch because it's very big
of
one.
it.
I need to watch. Not completely. I watch
Yeah,
it.
it's that one is really good, man. I think,
Mm,
I mean,
amazing.
he's full of very good knowledge.
Yeah,
He has
yeah,
got a
yeah.
lot of good advice, and, I think that's the origins of it. We wanted to have a podcast where we're just talking normally.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good to keep in touch with your friends, but,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of industry news all the time that goes on, and sometimes it's very nice to sit down and just talk about, like, new things and what you think or different ideas. And then also if you bring a guest that you really respect, and a lot of the guests we already know them, or some of them we already know, and we respect their opinions and their experience. And I think for me, it's really awesome to bring people that I know that are really good and that I really respect, like Alexei or Ernest or all the other guests that we've had, and to share them with people in the world that want to watch because maybe they wouldn't normally do that type of thing. And so for me, it's almost like a selfish thing of like, oh, this person's really good. I wish more people knew about this person. And you
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
chance to like show them and their ideas and how they think about VFX and life and stuff. So that's been really cool to kind of expose other people.
yeah,
So you'll find the same thing if you have guests and you have like maybe
yeah.
somebody special that nobody else knows and you really want to make them shine. I think that's been really
Yes, correct,
rewarding for
exactly.
us.
Correct. I'm planning to, I have a list, people who I will invite you, just like you, just like I invite you. So I have a list, so I will invite one by one. The name I forgot, and I'm very bad at pronouncing the name.
Alexei?
Alexa, yeah, yeah, he's really amazing. It's really amazing. When I saw the Twister tutorial, that I like it. I like him.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he's our like, boss, head of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
He's
yeah,
like in his videos, he's like very, very confident. It's like I can feel it. He's very confident, and he's explaining amazing.
yeah, yeah. I think he does a very incredible job of like like making things very simple.
Correct. Yeah,
Like not wasting time to explain it, and he goes very directly and says
yeah,
it,
yeah,
as you
yeah.
say, confidently, but like very directly too, and not wasting too many words. I think that's really, really
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct, correct. Yeah. Want to tell you, and if you have any advice, you can give me. So in future, now I am also on my channel. Especially, I'm planning to do VFX challenge. For the community.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So what I'm going to do, what's my plan is like I will provide a plate. Okay. And then provide a plate or camera or roto or something like that. I will provide an asset basically, and they have to show their creativity. How they can transform this plate, to comp something. I'm not forcing you to comp this specific CG in this one. If you
yeah.
have knowledge, you can make your own CG, you can add there. If you don't know CG, you can make a DMP, you can add there, whatever. I will provide the plate and I will give them the time like 1 month or 2 months, like something like that. And
Yeah.
then at the end, I will, see, I will invite some guests, maybe you also, to just their work. And then at the end, I will give some, pricing, some reward basically,
Oh, that's
to
cool.
keep them motivated. So
You
anything,
should
any
have.
advice or anything you want to add in this one?
So I think it's a great idea, and I think it can be very loose ideas to give people maximum creativity. Like I'm sure you know about the Punisher, and he does the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
VFX
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
So
That's really cool.
he doing a CG. So I thought let's do for our community also. So that's why the idea is coming
Yeah,
from he is also.
you need a plate,
Yeah,
like a good plate.
yeah.
Hopefully not like a
No, no.
too amateur one, but a good one.
Mm.
Whether that's stock footage that you buy for the community or if you film it yourself.
Yeah,
I think I would recommend that you provide a camera,
yeah. 3D effect. Yeah,
because that's important. Because I
yeah.
think if people are too scared, like if they only have access to Nuke, for example, and you give them a camera, well, they can still do a lot of cards and stuff.
Mm.
Or if they want to do Blender or whatever, that they
Mm.
can take the camera and
Yeah,
everyone's working from the same base of there, and so
yeah.
it's not like
Correct.
a challenge to learn that. So I
Yeah,
think that's important because as a compositor, you want to take away as many challenges of
got it.
learning
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
CG
yeah,
or
yeah.
doing
I
stuff.
know.
But besides that, I think it's good to keep it open and
Yeah, yeah, I also keep
maybe
it open.
giving a theme, maybe like
Yes, yes, yes.
yep.
That I'm thinking.
I used to do DMP stuff,
Mm-hmm.
not professionally, but I was taking courses on matte painting, and w- they make you speed paint. They make you like
Yeah, yeah,
pick a topic that you're just inspired by. And what they did, it was really cool. They had a list of adjectives and a list of nouns, and they would just roll the dice or something, and it would select one adjective and one noun. So, for example, ice castle or sandy, I don't know, mountain or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So you pick these two names. So I would recommend doing something like that and like having a theme and just
Mm-hmm.
having a selection of words, and either you select it for them or you say, "Hey, pick a combination of these words and then make something." Maybe a limited thing like 5 words here, 5 words there. So then it sort of spark. It was nice to spark the creativity. It was really good to like you're
Yeah,
not
yeah. Correct.
stuck like, "What do I do now? What do I do?" And it's like you have enough push towards creative idea,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
your mind starts to go from there. So maybe that's a helpful tip.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah. I will try to implement that. Yeah, that's a good one. So I was planning, let's see, I will announce very soon. We have a few
That's
plates like
exciting.
Yeah, we have a few plates. My friend shoot one plate. So it's like a two plate, like two characters in
Mm.
different plate, and the first thing they have to stitch those two plates together to make a one single frame. So we are basically like I did the track for the both plates, and we are also doing a roto. We have a separate
Mhm.
roto. One of our friend is a roto artist, so
Oh,
we
cool.
contacted him to do a roto for both characters, and
Oh, wow.
we are also providing a lens distortion. So no, so three things we are providing it, and we will tell them this is the reference, like this is the reference frame, so you can, so they will also learn, how to stitch those plate together.
Yeah, that's
One of the
great.
plate is the master plate, and second you try add one more character in that master plate. So like that we are planning. So let's see. So it's
I
not
like that. I
just,
like that
yeah,
idea.
it's not just like giving a plate and add CG and something like that. You have to stitch
Yeah.
first, make a single way, make a plate first, and then you can replace anything in the background. We will give a mood or something like that.
I think that's a
Yeah,
great challenge. I think that's really
yeah.
cool, and are missing a lot of that stuff. I think like
Mm.
there's a lot more. I guess just because of the nature of 3D that you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They have a bit of more freedom, and compositing. Unfortunately, we need other people to make the assets for
Yes,
us,
correct,
or
correct, correct.
not all of us are generalists, so
Yeah, yeah. Same.
it can be challenging.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing happened to me because as you said, I'm just making a tutorial. Making that deep, all those things. I don't know Houdini. I don't know how to render deep from Houdini and any other software. So that's why contacted my friend to to render out those passes so I can make a tutorial. The CG
Yeah,
side of
yeah.
the thing,
I had to
like
do the
that.
same thing with the fruit bowl for the CG. I
Yeah.
had a friend Chase in the United States, and I
Mm,
contacted him, and we got together, and he was lucky enough to make that for me,
yeah.
which was really cool.
In the time I was using Cinema 4D, but now I completely forgot how to use Cinema 4D, how to use those. So I
Yeah.
completely forgot. Now I'm completely in com side. So but I know all those 3D terms and all those light material, all those things.
If you don't do it, you lose the knowledge of it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
So
I know what you
when
mean.
we collaborate for the tutorial, I was giving him the changes, like I need to make this side of light, this take a little harsh, make it little down, all those things. Thank you
Cool.
for that advice. So I will try to implement that one, whatever you said for the challenge. And I was also, thinking to, find a good sponsor, but I guess it's too early. I guess I will do the first with the form challenge, then, but for upcoming challenge, this is not just one. I will do it frequently.
Mm.
Maybe in the next challenge, I will try to find, sponsorship so I can give some, good reward.
You might wanna reach out to the foundry and say, "Hey, I'm setting up this challenge. What do you
Mm,
think about a student license or
yeah,
something like that?" Or I
yeah,
don't know if there's a license that they could give out, but, to be kind of sponsored in that way. It's never a bad thing to ask,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
'cause
I
maybe they're
have their
interested.
name in my list, and also I'm thinking to contact Action VFX also, because they have a lot of good footage there, but I'm not using their footage because we already have our own footage, so it's like a unique plate, right?
Yeah,
It's not a plate that available in the internet. So
yeah.
I'm thinking to contact them also, that I'm doing this challenge, so we can use their asset. They have their lot of smoke asset and
That's good.
fire. They have,
I mean, all they
yeah,
can say is
yeah,
no, right?
yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah,
they know your contact and maybe they're interested in the future.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
not never a
yeah.
bad thing.
Let's see. So I planned few things. So let's see how it goes. And I think you don't know. I recently launched one of my course. Uh,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, I recently launched one course about deep compositing. That same
Mm,
one my friend made one CG Houdini effects thing render.
yeah,
So I made a one small tutorial about, sorry, the course
that's
about deep
great.
compositing.
I'm
So
excited for your course and for the challenge. So I
yeah,
think you have a lot of things going on. You've got
yeah,
your
yeah.
hands full.
The thing is now, as this year started now, this 2025, I have a one goal. I want to reach 100K subscribers at the end of this year.
Nice.
So I'm not sure how I'm going to do, but I need to set one goal. So I set this goal uh, to reach 100K subscriber.
Mhm.
So for that, I will try my best. Let's see how far I will reach. So that's the goal today.
That's
Yeah.
a I don't even know if there's 100K compositors.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know, I know.
We'll see.
I know, I know.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
That's
good.
why I plan it properly, because I know our community is very small. The compositing community is very, very small.
Yeah.
So I need to, like I need to spread a little bit too much. I mean, now I'm only doing a new tutorial, comping all those things. That's why I'm, doing a podcast. Like I invited you. I'm doing a VFX challenge also. So
Yeah.
something
It's
like
good.
that
It's
I
a
will
great idea.
do, to add some variety. So
I think that's a really good
yeah,
idea.
yeah. So that's the things. Those are the things that's coming. I mean, I written everything now. What I need to do and the things. So let's see. So let's see how far I will reach at the end of this year.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you for that. It was really, really nice talking to you. First of all, I mean,
Yeah, same.
yeah,
Yeah, good to meet you over the camera.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll meet face to face sometime in some
One time, yeah. I'm sure
yeah.
we will at some conference or something.
Yeah. Because our industry is very small. We can not like that.
It's
Very
super
big.
small.
Yeah, it's not like very big. I would love to invite you again. When you free, if you are comfortable, then just I will message you.
Nice.
Maybe for that challenge that I'm planning, so I will invite you as a guest to judge the work, and then we are.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
Then we will select the finalist. So I will. I'm planning to select top 3. Then we will give some reward for top 3 artists.
That sounds great.
Yeah. We are looking forward to your tutorials. First of all, they are really amazing.
Doing it again.
Yeah, they are really, really amazing. That your series, that CG series, and that King series, your King series is still worth it, and your CG series is mind blowing. I mean, you're telling you're telling very, very good knowledge. It's not like technical thing you're talking about in the new thing. We have to do this. You're telling the CG side of this. How this light is working, how the rays is hitting the object, and how it's bouncing, and all those things. Really amazing.
Yeah, it's a bit bridging the two worlds together.
Yeah. Yes.
About it as a compositor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can understand, what is this path, how this path is coming out from the render, and how we
and
can
what
do
it's
that.
trying to represent in the real world also.
Yes, exactly.
What they try to do in CG to like what part of the real world is trying to do.
How the real life work basically, how the shadow work, the light work, all those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Really
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, same. Nice talking to you. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, same. And thanks for thinking of me for the first guest.
You are the first in my list. I was, when I was very clear that I want you to start
Nice.
this podcast
Cool,
or this thing. Yeah.
I appreciate it. It was a fun talk. I liked it.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you so much. Yeah. Take care. And definitely we will see you again in the show.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Later.
Bye.